You know, I heard they recently decided to add more hops to it.
And I'm in the front row, and I'm hammered drunk.
You do not have anything to drink. Can I get you a tasty refreshment?
Yes. I'll have a beer.
Wunderbar.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
And welcome to another episode of the Buzz Basement Bros podcast. My name is Aaron, and I am joined by Mr. Bodacious Booty Crack, Andy.
That's me.
Fucking full-on pasty hams.
Hey.
Hams?
Hams?
Hey, you want a hams?
No.
I think there's still one left in the fridge.
Oh, shit, there is. It's pushed all the way back by the Miller Lite.
I wonder why.
Because all the good shit gets pushed to the front.
We haven't had a beer tasting. We'll do a beer tasting next episode.
Yes, next episode.
Next episode.
You best write that shit down so I remember.
Beer tasting. We haven't done a beer tasting in a while. We haven't done a Mad Lib in a while.
Oh, we haven't done a super fight.
We haven't done
forever.
a super fight in fucking 6 months.
Yeah. We're gonna have fun the next session.
We're slacking. Next session should be a long session.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Yes,
It's gonna be great.
Not Aaron fucking up his leg.
Not Andrew has to get it up in the morning.
Not Aaron has to go to work the next day. You know, our schedule, the summer has been busy.
We've been really busy.
And it's not like I've been going out of town, or I haven't been out of town since fucking April. It's just been busy. Yeah, just our schedules haven't meshed. It's kind of a bummer.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Because I like seeing you, buddy.
Oh.
I like sitting across the table from you, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, we get all mushy-gushy.
Yeah. You're making me feel special.
Which direction we heading in here?
Oh, that's a good question. Don't ask my wife. I love you, Liz, but don't ask my wife. So we were down yonder for her mom's side of the family's kind of reunion, get together.
Shindig,
yeah.
I always like that term.
Yeah, shindig.
Oh, you having a shindig later? Aaron, what the fuck are you talking about?
And so we leave the shindig, and like, mind you, I've just been going down to this place for the last like month, right? And so we go down there, we have the shindig, and we go to leave to go out to eat with just Liz and her immediate family, right? Mom, dad, sister, us, and the kids. And
what'd you have to eat?
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, they're rolls.
Yes.
Sometimes at the hotel, somebody from Texas Roadhouse will drop off, coupons or whatever, and drop off 2 things of rolls.
I only had one, man.
Oh my God. What? You only had one roll?
So between the park where we had the shindig and the Texas Roadhouse, Ruth fell asleep. And it wasn't just hey, get her out of the car seat and she wakes up. No, we got her out of the car seat and she woke up enough to lay down in my arms and fall back asleep. So for the first 15 minutes of the restaurant, I'm in the booth with her napping on me.
Do they still throw the peanuts on? She didn't wake up with walking on the peanuts?
Nope.
Oh,
no peanuts.
What? There's no peanuts anymore at Texas Roadhouse?
Not at that one.
That's a bummer.
So, anyways.
I bet COVID killed that.
Probably. COVID and peanut allergies and all that stuff. But
Penis?
Penis.
It's bulky, but I consider it carry-on.
Any hoodles. We digress.
Ace Ventura 2.
Anyways, we go to leave Texas Roadhouse, and I'm going back to the road that we entered the little complex in. Right?
Consumerism complex.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And
buy shit, eat shit here.
yeah. So
And
I get
fuck
back
you.
to the road that we came in off of, and I'm like, this is a no left turn, right? We needed to go left. It's a no.
It's a no left turn right.
Yes. Turn right, no left turn.
C.
Yes. As much as that makes sense. And so by turning left, by turning right.
I fucked you up.
Yes, you did. By turning right, we are going the opposite direction
Whatever.
of what home is. Right? I even mentioned that the GPS that she has, because I'm like, this is the part of town that I'm not quite familiar with. So until we get to a part that I'm familiar with, throw on the GPS. I even mentioned, are U-turns permissible here? And she's
Whip a shitty in the minivan.
yeah, with the kids. Well, no, I did not, and this is partially on me, but more on Liz. I love you, dear. I did not whip a shitty because she's on her phone and she goes, "Oh no, if you just go on like another mile or so, you're going to run into this exit ramp. That'll bring you over here, and you'll be all fine."
Oh,
Like-
I know where you're. Okay,
Right?
Yeah.
And I go, okay. Like, part of it doesn't make sense, but okay. You have
Because you know generally what direction you need to head.
yeah.
To
Yeah.
get to the road you need to go to.
Correct.
To get back home.
Right. So
No, I don't think.
I'm like, I don't remember seeing an entrance ramp down there, but you know what? I could have been spacing, so you got the phone out? Sure.
Apple Maps or Google Maps?
I don't remember. I think Google.
Because Google is unrivaled. Apple has tried. I still use Google Maps.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
But so I start heading down this direction, and after about 3 minutes, I'm like, "Are you sure we're heading in the right direction?" She goes, "Yeah, it's just you got to go
Yonder.
you got to go to this mile marker, or this this coordinate." I'm like, okay. Well, lo and behold, when we're exiting subdivisions and I start seeing cornfields again, I'm like, we're not heading the right direction. And that's when she goes, "Well, what direction are we going?" I'm like, "We're going south." And she goes,
Yeah, that's the wrong way.
"I thought we were going north." I'm like, "No. Everything you mentioned that we needed to go past, like Benny's, prime example."
Mm-hmm.
She mentioned, we could swing by Benny's if we wanted to. And I'm like, there's multiple Benny's down here?
No, just the one.
I'm like, I thought there was just the one.
Just the one.
And she goes, I think
By
there's...
Guitar Center and Target.
Well, she's like, I think there's just the one. I'm like, well, that's that way.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, then don't worry about it. We'll just go down here and hop onto the exit and go. I'm like, okay, that's cool. We're going south. I thought we were going north. You know what? I'm hanging. I'm just going to go by the place I had class all week, and
I know how to get home from there.
I know how to get home from there. I can get back to there. I know how to get home.
Well, because, okay. You know what I think has saved me and Anna's relationship is having the touchscreen in the car. Having either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto and having the map queued up on the screen. I think it has saved our relationship with how many times we've gone out of town. And if somebody is really unsure, then the person in the passenger seat is supposed to become the navigator. Double check, if I'm using Apple Maps, which I never I'm just as an example, I never use fucking Apple Maps. Somebody, I have Google Maps on the touchscreen in the truck, and Anna's got her phone out too, so you got two sets of eyes on it, kind of, set and a half on it. I think it has saved our relationship. Now we both have the touchscreens, it's fantastic. Because when I was, let's see, it's 6th grade, so I was 11, 12? We went down to Florida for the first time. My great grandmother used to have a place outside of Orlando because before it got all fucking Disneyfied, and I guess that's a word now, Disneyfied.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney opened up, and my mom had great memories of going to Disney, so my parents saved up and tried to do it on the cheap, stayed off resort, got a rental car, the whole thing. We flew in, booked 8 months in advance. We all flew into Orlando, rented a car, and this was before GPS was a thing. So maps, and my mom's like, I've never seen any of this before. We ended up in the fucking Magic Kingdom parking lot, like at 10 o'clock at night after we landed. And my dad's driving, angry, because, family vacations are fun.
Oh, yeah. Load of shit.
Fun. This is supposed to be fun. And we're just in the back seat, and I'm 11, 12, my little brother's like fucking 8. And we end up in this empty fucking parking lot. And my dad's like, what? How'd we end up here? And my mom goes, just go over there. And it's to go deeper into the parking lot that is completely empty. So we have been giving her shit about over there, like screaming at the top of her lungs, over there, for the last, 20 years.
Oh,
and then we stayed at
a saint for putting up with you guys.
And then we stayed at a Howard Johnson off. It was the shittiest fucking hotel I've ever been in my entire life. They were trying to save money and treat us to Disney. Mm-hmm. And that's all I really remember. I don't remember the fucking Magic Kingdom. I mean, I remember.
You don't remember the magic.
There! And then the shitty hotel. That's what I remember.
I remember.
I remember.
This actually, I mean, I'd say it wasn't that long ago, but God, it's been almost 15 years.
Fuck, we're old.
Going down to Macomb.
Oh, to Western?
To Western to do my my music department audition.
Yeah, you talked about this a couple episodes ago.
Right?
Talked about the Taco Hell.
Well, it was, yes, I talked about the Taco Hell, but I didn't talk about how I got there.
Macomb's not a big campus.
No, it's not. But
there's like one tall building.
It wasn't so much, because I think I'd been down there on campus before. So I knew, like, once I got there, I knew about where to go to meet up with my brother.
You got to zigzag through cornfields all the way across the state to get to fucking Macomb. Yeah.
So I didn't know exactly which way to zigzag. So this was back when GPS was a thing, but it was the thing you had to download the maps to, and it was like a...
After MapQuest, but you had to buy a gizmo.
Correct.
Yeah.
You had to buy the certain gizmo.
Yeah.
And hopefully it updated some point, because it was like the one where it would have the road that didn't exist,
right.
5 years
ago.
No,
I had one of those. I traded one for a fuzzbuster at one point.
What?
A fuzzbuster? Radar detector?
Oh.
Never heard it called a fuzzbuster before?
No.
It's a fuzzbuster.
No, I haven't heard that.
It could also be, that could be sexual too. But I had somehow I acquired, I don't remember how I got it, but it was a bulky Garmin. And then they installed a new bridge back home. And if you had the Garmin on in your car, it looked like you were just driving underwater. It would just circle and just go, where the fuck are you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was
before satellites were very good.
I think I had a cell phone.
Well, I should rephrase that. Before public satellites were very good.
Correct.
Because the military developed GPS. Anyway, doesn't matter.
So I had my cell phone. But it wasn't a smartphone. It was, we had that discussion, right? I think this was
flip phone,
the flip phone era, and I went on Google Maps on the computer and printed the MapQuest,
turn left
step
here,
by step
yes.
instruction, and I had a packet probably 10, 15 pages long, just how to,
because you had to zigzag.
Yeah.
It's
the
most efficient route.
And granted, I was not smart enough to be like, listen, I know how to get here. I only need from there here. I wasn't smart enough to go, well, I'll just plug it in from this town to Macomb.
No, it took you on a completely. You've never been that route before.
Correct.
Right.
So it's like,
Because your dad goes, oh, you go down there and you go cut over and it'll take you right there.
yeah. And I'm like, no.
We have the technology.
And it was like my first solo big trip. My parents trusted me in the $400 piece of shit car with 190 something miles on it.
190,000.
What did I say?
190.
Oh,
forgot a few zeros.
Sorry, 190,000.
You're talking about that purple fucking Intrepid?
Oh yeah, the purple people eater.
Oh
yeah.
god, that thing.
Fuck yeah.
Those were the shittiest cars of all time.
I beat the shit.
You had to take the fucking tire off to change the battery.
Did you?
Yeah, you didn't know that about your own car?
All right. Did we not have this discussion about my first car?
We never talked about your first car. I don't think we have.
I learned a lot.
Intrepids were some of the worst fucking mass-produced vehicles ever made.
It was a Ford Taurus.
Oh, Taurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the Taurus.
Yeah. The next car I got
purple.
was the Intrepid.
Yeah. Wasn't that
It was
purple too?
No, that was silver.
Oh, never
The
mind.
Ford Taurus was purple, lavender, inside and out.
That's a weird color for a car.
Oh, yeah, it was. Right. I remember I was over at Adam's house one night drinking, and it got to be like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take a quick power nap, and then I'm going to go home and deal with home in like 2 hours. 2-hour power nap, all that. I had forgotten that for whatever reason, I was in my dad's car, and Dad had to take my car, the People Eater, up to work the next day. So I got home to Mom going, your dad is furious with you because he had to take your car so he could go to work today. I'm like, oh, shit. Well, at least he had a car. He got home the next day and goes, I got made fun of so much at work because the car was purple. I'm like, yeah, geez. It's almost like I didn't just finish up being a senior in high school, Fred. But no, I learned a lot of things with that first car.
The Taurus?
Yeah,
What
the
year,
Taurus.
do you remember what year it was?
I think it was a 93.
Was the boxy one?
I don't know.
Because they rounded them off in like 95.
I think it was more rounded.
It might have been a little later then.
Yeah.
Because my dad had a green, it was like a dark green one.
I'm pretty sure it was a 93 Ford Taurus.
Taurus. Because, the 93s I think were boxy, but those they were pretty much bulletproof. They would rust out before they die.
It was, so like I said, I learned a lot with this car. I remember one of the things was I forgot something at school, and I turned around because I was only like 2 miles away. My high school was in the middle of a cornfield, right?
Middle of nowhere.
Because we live in rural Illinois. And I go back, and I park in front of the school, and I run into the school, quick grab what I need, bring it back out to the car. I throw my car in reverse, and as I'm backing out, I hear, I'm like, what's that? So I just back up into an empty parking space, and I get out, and I'm walking around, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I pick it up, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know what this is. Fred will know. So I stick it in my cup holder, and I drive home, right? I drive to Fred's, which is like 30 minutes from my high school.
Solid 30.
Solid 30.
25 if you're speeding.
25 if I'm speeding. I wasn't quite speeding yet. And I get home, and Dad's out on a side lawn with grills, and, he's getting ready to cook out for dinner.
Hanging out with the neighbor.
Right, hanging out with the neighbor and all that stuff. And I come walking up, and I'm like, hey, Dad, I got a question. Is this important? And I wave the thing that I stuck in my cup holder. He goes, yeah. Yeah, it is. Where'd you get that? And I'm like, oh, it fell off my car. And he goes,
Son?
you're telling me, when did it fall off your car? I'm like, right when I left school. And he goes, so you're telling me you drove 30 minutes with your brake pad in your cup holder? I'm like, oh, this is a brake pad. And he goes, yes, that's your brake pad.
How worn was it?
It was worn.
It was basically nothing.
Well, that's the other thing. So he changes my brakes, and when he changes the brakes and all that stuff on this car right after this, he realizes that the 400 piece of junk that he bought, the tires were balding when he bought it, and me driving it just wore them down more.
Well, yeah,
And
they're
he's
tires.
Like, yeah, they're tires. He's like, Andrew, you're lucky that I had gloves on. Otherwise, I would have stabbed the shit with the wires in your tires on my
that
hands.
bad, huh?
That bad, right? So he changes the tires, changes the brakes, and all that stuff, and I drive it some more. And I learned so much with this car. I was driving in the wintertime, and I saw my my temperature gauge fluctuate a bunch. I'm like, hey, I get home, and at this point, I'm in college. I'm like, Dad, I think there's something wrong with my radiator, right? Because to me, the radiator, like, does, more thermal stuff and all that stuff. And I'm like, I think there's something wrong with my radiator. He goes, what's going on? I tell him, son, when's the last time you changed your oil? I'm like, when's the last time I did what now? He goes, have you ever changed your oil? I'm like, no. And so he looked. There was no oil on the dipstick.
Absolutely none.
Absolutely none.
See, I told you the 90s Tauruses, they were bulletproof.
Oh yeah.
You could beat the fuck out of them. That's why everybody bought them. You could beat the fuck out of them.
I think it was after.
And you did.
Yes, because it was after the oil that I'm driving, and someone's like, Andrew, your car sounds rough. I'm like, oh yeah, I think the wheels are squeaking a little bit. And I came home one day, and Dad just happened to be outside when I finally came home. And he stops me and he goes, Andrew, how long has this noise been going on? I go, a couple months now. He goes, shit. All right, well, you need new brakes. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, when your brakes... When the composite material on your brake pads wear off, it's supposed to hit like a little jut out nipple type deal of steel that, squeaks. So when you brake and you squeak, I'm like, yeah, it was squeaking, and then it started growling. And he goes, that's a very good way to put it. Mm-hmm. So pretty much what you're doing is that pad is no longer there, and your rotor and your brake pad metal are rubbing together. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, shit.
That just makes it more expensive.
So, yeah, he popped off a tire, and he goes, all right, you're going to need new rotors. You're going to need new brake pads. I don't think he had to, change the actual, brake pad assembly.
The caliper?
Holder. Yeah. Oh, no. He had to change calipers.
Yeah. They were probably fucking original anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
And Midwest winners.
Oh. He was not happy with me.
But
I learned a lot.
Way cheaper than if you do it yourself.
Yes, but I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, on my truck, I changed the brake pads. I've done my oil, all that stuff.
I don't do my oil anymore. It's the same. I pay for the convenience because it honestly, if I go to fucking AutoZone, it'll be because, my Jeep took 6 quarts. I did all the oil changes on my Jeep myself. And my truck takes 6 quarts too. 6 quarts, and then you got to dispose of the oil, and you got to climb underneath it, and you got to buy the filter. By the time it's all said and done, I pay the extra $20 to have somebody do it for me.
Yeah.
And I can sit and scroll on my phone while they're fucking around with my truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pay for the convenience. That way I don't have to dispose of it, climb underneath it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of... Well, when I had my Jeep, I didn't have to put it up on lifts or anything. I could just shimmy underneath it. 12 minutes. That's how long it took me to do an oil change by myself. But then I had to get rid of the oil. It's a whole thing. Yeah. It's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
I got to go shopping.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. That car was bulletproof.
Fucking bulletproof.
Yeah.
That's why there were so many of them on the road. I saw a 91 Ford Escort the other day.
Oh, yeah?
When I was down at the gym. I'm like, holy fuck, that thing's clean. It ain't worth anything. But holy fuck, that thing's clean. You don't see many of those anymore. I was leaving softball the other night, and I saw a dude in a Dodge Magnum.
Shit.
They only made him for 2-3 years. You don't see, they all rusted out and they got all shitty. And he had the Hemi in it. And I'm like, dude, you don't see any of these anymore. There's none of these left on the road. This thing's fucking awesome.
No, shit. No. I guess since it's been 15 years almost, I can say a few of the stories. And if Fred happens to listen to this specific episode,
He won't.
he won't.
He doesn't know how the internet works, really.
What?
He can scroll Facebook, and that's about it.
That's okay. The internet's for porn anyways.
Porn and cat videos.
Yes.
That's what it's made for. And for me, baseball stats.
Yeah, well, meh. I got into so much mischief. The one of the stories is Adam and I were in a play right after high school. I think it was right after high school, in high school, something like that. And we were coming back the back way to his town from the studio, the theater, right? And we had another one of our cousins and his now wife following us because they'd never been that way before. And we started playing Chinese fire drill on the way back.
Never did that.
We just started fucking with them, right? We turn our left turn signal on and then turn right. We do Chinese fire drill, and like halfway back, we're like, hey, what can we do to really fuck them up? And I go, my back seats fold down, right? So you can get into the trunk, right? And I go, he was taller than me, and you've seen Adam before. He was taller than me. I'm like, I'm going to park at the next stop sign, right? I'm going to throw it in park. I'm going to throw the seat back as you get unbuckled and you start running around. And then I'm going to get out, pop the trunk, get in the trunk, close the trunk as you get in and start driving. And so we do this, and I don't account for, in this grand scheme of things, how dark the trunk is.
Oh, yeah, it's dark as shit. There's no lights back there.
No,
not
there's
when it's
not.
on.
No, there's not. And so I'm fiddle fucking trying to find the release from the trunk into the back seat. And I find one. Well, it was for the smaller side, right? And I start trying to climb out, and I get like halfway out. And I'm like, oh, hold on. I think my hips are twisted a little bit. Here, let me twist them a little bit. And Adam heard, hold on, I'm stuck. And he goes, I'll help you out. And he brake checks me. And I just come shooting from the trunk, just boom, into the back of the passenger seat. I get up, roll down the window, stick my head out, and go, hi.
You fucking idiots.
Oh, yeah.
Unfucking believable. I can't fucking believe it.
You should be able to believe it.
Yeah, I could definitely believe it.
I was going to say, you believe it.
One time I had a little S10 in high school, and you can comfortably fit 3 people in the cab of the S10 because it had the jump seats in the back that fold out of the wall. So one person in driving, one person in the front seat, and one person in the back. Well, we had 6 people in the cab because the armrest thing folded up, and then 3 people not buckled up. Nobody's fucking buckled up.
Oh, of course not.
And there's 5 people hiding in my truck tailgate. And we go get ice cream. So we pull up to the ice cream place. Well, we got to go. There's no drive-through. You got to go in and order. And, I climb out of the truck, and then 5 other people climb out of the cab of a little cab and a half S10. And then I pull the truck tailgate down, and 5 more people climb out of the back of the truck tailgate.
It was a clown car.
Holy shit. I don't know how we fit so many fucking people in that little tiny car. Any hoodles. This has been another episode of the Buzz Basement Bros podcast. Find us on Twitter, Instagram. Email us at buzzbasementbrospodcast@gmail.com. My name is Aaron.
And I'm Andrew.
And we out. buy shit, eat shit here.
Yeah. So
And
I get
fuck
back
you.
to the road that we came in off of,